Hi everyone, my name is Kendrick and welcome to ENFP Mail. Today I get to interview Jacob. So Jacob, welcome.
Hi guys.
So Jacob, what is your official type? Can you give us the full type?
My official type is double feminine, Ne-Fe, play, consume, sleep blessed.
And when you got your type back, what did you think and how did you feel?
Deep down, I knew I was Savior DE, but when I was trying to type myself, I just didn't want to tell myself I could possibly be Savior FE. Like I can never see myself as a feeler, but the more you get to understand the system, I totally get it. And it's what I am, so yeah.
And since you have always known that you were Savior DE, did you think that you had NE or SE? Like when you initially thought you were an EP, you know?
Initially, I thought I was an ISTP, but the more I got to know Dave and Shannon's system, the more I figured out, okay, I'm not Savior S, I'm Savior N. And then I didn't want to admit I was Savior DE, so I just told myself I was Savior TI, but no, I'm Savior FE. But ultimately, I think my type's awesome, so that's cool.
Yeah. So now that you are a Savior, you know, you're an EPEJ essentially. What's kind of,
Kinda.
okay, what do you mean kinda?
I feel like I fixate on the TI a lot because it's double activated masculine.
Yeah.
We're both double deciders, so I think you feel that strength too. So there's that.
You have masculine TI
Double activated.
double activated because of the sleep and because of the consume.
Consume. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. But technically, they still saw that you were tribe about self. So,
It's where the priorities on what do you answer to are.
okay, let's start with that then. How did you end up, like, what's your experience like being tribe above self as an EP?
Well, I guess if I reflect on my whole entire life, it's where am I making the decisions? How did I end up where I am now? It's because I made decisions based off what my friends were doing, what off my parents valued me to do. My whole identity was built off of balancing tribe and self. And ultimately, if the tribe couldn't approve, I wouldn't put myself in that position.
Gotcha. And did you feel like you needed permission from a tribe before you did something?
Definitely. But if it was something I really wanted for myself, I would probably manipulate my way into getting what I want.
So you would manipulate the tribe to give you the permission, and then you would do it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Um, you are also lead NE. So what's your experience like with that lead NE? And it's masculine. It's masculine NE, right? So
Double masculine NETI.
let's start with the NE first, and then we'll talk about that next. So what's your experience with that masculine NE first before we go to the other stuff?
I guess, yeah, it's a given, locking on to patterns. One of the definitions I like that OP doesn't really cover is any focuses on a completeness. And I like to be thorough and make sure things are done with no loose corners or complete follow through. So when I set objectives, if it's not like 100%, I kind of get a little ticked.
Isn't that an info dominant kind of?
Aren't I energy dominant? Play.
That's why I think it's weird that you're saying that right now. Like if you're not having a feeling of completeness, then something's off, right? That feels like an info dominant thing because I have that a lot. You know,
It could be the SI last, maybe.
I don't. I feel like it's an info dominant thing, but we'll leave it be for now because now I'm curious to see if you like now there's
Okay.
like a. I'm wondering if
Wait,
you're past last now. So
are you? Wait, what'd you ask? If I'm what last?
no. So when you said that, that sounded like an info dominant statement, and
Okay.
I'm an info dominant person, so
Your play blast, play consume.
play blast.
Right. The most extroverted animal group. That's right.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be the most extroverted ENFP type. Um, anyways, we'll circle back to that later on. So let's talk about your double masculine consume. What is your double masculine consume like?
NETI. I'm definitely overconsumed. Like when they say you are overdoing your saviors, sure, I'm savior play, but that double activated NETI is just nonstop going. It's masculine, it's locking on patterns, it's got me through school essentially. It's just made me breeze through life. It's a superpower, straight up.
So it was good for school because you could learn rapidly. And
Play consume. It's skibs, man.
yeah, I hate that word skibs. It's like
Not my word.
I know
He
it's not yours, but like when I hear people copying David Chen using that word, I just like a part of me just dies, you know. But anyway,
yeah, I'm savior tribe.
what's that?
I'm savior tribe. I have to use their terms.
Yeah, so am I, but like I hate it, you know. But I have FI.
True.
But I hate. I just like stop using that word. It's so annoying. Like there's a lot of words they use that I find like repulsive. But anyways, that's one of them.
Okay.
Let's go with double feminine blast. What is your double feminine blast like?
It's awful. Wait, I mean, I think if it wasn't for my relationship with my significant other, she hasn't been officially typed, but I really, really believe that she's double masculine SIFE.
Okay.
So I feel like in our relationship, the way we lecture each other, it's basically like, get my savior better. And because of that experience with her, I feel like I have learned to SIFE blast better. Even though it's double feminine, it's like through lots of demon stressful practice, it's better.
So you feel like you kind of absorb her double masculine SF blast, and then now you can kind of learn.
I wouldn't say I absorbed her. I just learned how to act when needed.
Okay. What is SF blast? Like, what is your SF blast? What is it like? Or what is her SF blast like if she is that type?
It's like straight up masculine DE. Like, this is my value. If you don't appreciate this value, then there's some sort of issue and I can't handle it. It's like, get that message across.
So she wants you to adhere to the tribe values, essentially.
Yeah, but you have to remember it's like it has to align with her identity too, I suppose. So it's like the middle ground.
Well, FE is your identity is not your FE, right? That's your TI. So that's your.
True.
But the values is the FE, the tribe value. So
Yeah.
so the blast, the SF blast is like you need to follow tribe values, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then for you, you kind of just follow the tribe values. While for her, if she is SF blast, she's trying to make you. She's trying to enforce that tribe values.
Exactly.
I see. Got it. Okay. And what about your play? What is your play like? Your play first. So, you know, how do you experience that play first?
I think because I'm play consume, I can either be hyper and idiotic and I'm just absorbing everything around me, or I'm quiet, watching everything, learning from everything. It's like a balance of one or the other. I think it adds that I'm energy dominant, so I'm bouncing back before play and sleep.
Yeah, I think because your functions are spread out in a sense that, you know, like if you have playing blast together, you become a crackhead, right? Or like if you have
Yeah, I'm blast less, so
yeah, and then if
it
you have,
balances.
but on the flip side of things, if you have sleep and consume together, you go in this like massive introversion mode, right? So you don't
All the
have
time.
any of those together. So you're relatively calm, like as a person, you know, like.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's talk about your FE first. Your FE is feminine.
Mm-hmm.
How about like adhering to tribe values, like, you know, looking to see what the tribe valuing and then you valuing with the tribe values.
Yeah. So I would say I'm a peacekeeper. Essentially, if there's some sort of conflict in the tribe, I do not handle conflict well. So I'm instantly trying to neutralize the situation. Like, people are angry, I'll say something that will lessen the mood or logic them into, hey, the situation's fine.
Yeah.
I'm lead NF, so I'm trying to promote a positive vibe somehow.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. What is your NF play like? Like, what are you doing with that NF?
I guess it was so weird thinking I was ISTP, and then for the first time, yeah, I'm demon identity. So looking at videos of myself is one of the most uncomfortable things in the world.
Yeah.
When I saw how much of a hippie talker I actually am, I'm like, damn, okay, it's lead NF.
Yeah. What hippie talk were you saying?
It's just the abstract values, the abstract talk of energy or vibe or spiritual things. It's just, it's very NF.
Very end. Okay. What about your NT consume? Your double masculine NT consume. How is that like? You said it's a superpower earlier, but
Mhm.
let's talk about like the definition of the NT double masculine NT consume.
Mhm.
So how do you experience that consume? What are you consuming like NT stuff then?
I think the more I want to, or the more I'm interested in a certain concept, the more I can notice the patterns. I'm locking onto the patterns. But NT consume, how do I describe this? So, you know, when people take IQ tests, right?
Yeah.
I was one of the people in the classes that always lock on fast. What's the pattern? This is the answer. I could, I'm very fast on guessing, and those guesses are quite often accurate. I'm trying to humble myself here because it sounds too boasting, but I really think because of the double masculine NT consume, you can quickly grasp a situation and jump to the objective or answer you need. Good way to put it, NT. A lot of times people talk to me and I feel like I get the point already. I interrupt them. I'm like, I got all the info I need. Just let me do my thing. I got this. I do that too often.
Is that like also trying to conserve energy, trying to like?
It's possible. I do feel like I'm heavy on the sleep, even though I'm lead play.
Yeah, because I one of my close friends, he actually met Dave and Chan in person when they had a meetup here,
Mm-hmm.
like pretty close to where I live. He's an INTP, so he always interrupts me too when he talks to me, and he's like, "Yeah, I get it, I get it." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Let me finish. What the hell? Damn energy dominant people, you know."
I
Like
get that a lot.
you didn't get the full picture yet. You're any
Mm-hmm.
trying to fill in the blanks, but that's not the blank that you're thinking. You know.
The same with my wife. She's 100% a sensor. Her amounts of details that she needs to say to fully portray what she wants
Yeah.
is just excessive. And I'm like, all right, remove all this. These are the key points. That's all we needed to know.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I'm also lead NE, so I get what
Yeah.
you mean. So when someone's saying like they're going through line by line, I'm like, oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
fuck my life. But like, like
You have the SITE consume. So that's kind of cool. That's cool.
my consumes NEFI.
And yeah, oh, whoops. Am I thinking? That's your blast. That's right.
That's my blast.
Uh, whoops.
It's all good. No, but I get what you're saying because I have NE also.
NEFI.
So
Yeah, okay, yeah.
when it's
Hippie
like
consume.
when I already see the finish line, I'm like, oh my god, I know what they're gonna say already. It's
Mm-hmm.
just stop right now, just stop. You know. But I get what you're saying. But sometimes there is like someone that they tell you the picture. It's not what you think. So it's
Yeah.
it's hard. I think you have to judge by character in that situation. Like if you know this person is the kind of person that like always tells you stuff that you already know, then you're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
just stop. But if it's like someone new maybe, then you have to take some more detective role, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right. So why don't we talk about your sleep then? Your sleep is
ST.
TISI. What is your TISI sleep like? What is that like?
I'd like to think I'm very reflective. I always have a goal in mind. I think I'm more future oriented than most NEs are, or should I say, not NEs, but OEs. Like, I always have a plan or objective in mind constantly. And I feel like that's attributed to SI planning, and the objective is probably like identity driven. So I always have a goal in place, and I'm reflecting how am I doing in my current life situation to get there? What are the things I like? What are the reasons I like them? The aesthetics of everything. Is it complete? I don't know. I'm just guessing.
It's all good, man. So when I was interviewing different like ENTPs and INTPs, and they kind of described to me what ST sleep is.
Hmm.
It seems to me that people who are double decider and double observer had a different definition of what ST sleep was. But
Makes sense.
the overall theme is that like you're trying to reach like you're trying to think how you're gonna do something and like the steps that you need to take to do that thing that you need to do.
Yeah.
But for like the double observers, it was like for people, and then for double deciders, it was like it's more like a thing. Or if it's for people, it's like a joke almost, you know.
If I had to switch my personality type, I would never be a double observer because single deciding just looks awful.
I 100% agree with you, man. It is awful to have people problems. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I think having things problem, I'll take that any day of the week.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If I was an EP, I'll be an IJ. That's what I was thinking. You know, like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. No, I get what you're saying. So let's talk about your blast last. So what kind of problems have you had with your life because of that blast last? You know.
I guess it's a failure to communicate. It got better over the years. So I have my OP type since August of 2018. I was one of Dave and Shan's first 100, I think they said it was.
Yeah.
So I have had a lot of time to reflect and work on that.
Right.
I guess a lot of it is communicating what I really, well, in lines with the identity, because ideally if we're going for self-growth, you want to go for that split identity. If my demons are sleep blast, I want to create a sleep blast version of myself. So after getting my own identity in line, it's like communicating all of that in an organized fashion to the tribe. And I'm kind of like over consuming it and not blasting it. I'm not getting started.
Since you're talking about your identity, let's talk about your double activated TI then. So you're a tribal of self person, but then because your TI is double activated, you're using it a lot. So you're really balanced, right? Like you're really balanced in the middle. Like you're almost like it's almost like 49, 51%, you know.
I've been told I am too chill or super chill with people.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense with that feminine DE, right? But like
yeah.
Talk about your TI though. It's masculine. So, you know.
I think see, it's demon right now.
All good, man. It's all good.
I think I know the things I'm interested in. I just can't act on them. I'll give a good example. You started your YouTube channel like what, in a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Around the time you started, I fixated in my mind, I wanted to do the same thing, just like something on personality types. Blast last, I never started.
Yeah.
Saviour tribe, I've been working my life around my family. And if it wasn't for me prioritizing the family, I would have ran away and moved to Oregon like 2 years ago. Just to be like, Dave and Shan, let me work for you, please. But, if you look at their job description on their website, it's less lucrative now, but whatever.
It's less lucrative.
Their initial description of what it'd be like to be an operator, they're like aiming for like $6,000 a month. They had the job description. Their job description now is like completely different.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they haven't even hired anyone yet, and it's been 2 years.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame them because you need someone that really locked down on everything.
I guess so. But anyways, it's kind of funny you mentioned about like starting your own channel. I started the ENFP Mail back in January 2018, right? That's when they had the meetup in Seattle. So, and then for me, I was like, oh sweet, I'm gonna interview Dave. That'll be my first video, you know, like.
And it was a good one.
Oh yeah, did you watch that one?
A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, it's gonna be live. Like no one has interviewed him in person. It'll be like different, you know, like.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. But like, but yeah, I think it's funny that you were thinking about starting a channel, but you never pulled the trigger. So definitely the blast.
It's a curse.
But you know, like the thing is, dude, like when I thought about starting my own channel, it took me it took me 7 years before I pulled the trigger. Also, I've been thinking about it for 7 years, and it wasn't until like I met Dave and Shan where it's like, you know what, this is it. This is it. You know.
Demon organized.
Yeah, but I think I did the blast. I started the channel because like when Dave first typed me, I wasn't play blast, right? I was play consume.
Mm-hmm.
He changed it to play blast a year later. Um,
Okay.
so Dave was like, you need to stop consuming and go blast. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Then I started doing it, and they're like, you're blast savior now. I'm like, what? How did that happen? Like you told me to do this. That's why I'm doing this.
Damn it, Dave.
He's like, I know we told you to do that, but it looks like it's a savior state. I'm like, and I was like dumbfounded. I was like, what the?
Darn it.
I was like, what the hell's happening here? But anyways, let's talk about you being double feminine. You're tester and visual. So let's start with the tester stuff first. What are you doing as a tester?
If I'm being honest, I haven't really locked on the terms for masculine and feminine. So tester is feminine sensory, correct? So, I guess
and then
yeah, you can give me examples. I was gonna use a work example.
Okay, go use your working example.
I think I learned through a lot of trial and error, but then I feel like, does everyone not do that?
No.
Fail, repeat? No?
No.
At work, I work in dialysis, but I work a lot on the machines or just organizing things because you have to. I probably did like 20 different approaches before I fixated on what I felt was the best approach for ultimate efficiency.
Right. Okay. That sounds like something a tester would do. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, man. What about visual? What are you doing are you like a visual learner, would you say?
I would say if you watch their video on masculine or feminine and yeah. I think a close type to mine is Jordan Peterson. I feel like it's a great example for comparison because when we fixate on a story or the concept, it's like in the mind it's physical. I like to compare it to spatial awareness or spatial intelligence, like in an IQ test. Let's say I have a Rubik's Cube. I'm trying to play with it in my mind. I can do the movements already without physically having it.
Oh, wow. That's a superpower.
Yeah. Yeah, spatial intelligence. That's what I want to say. It's like double activated any spatial awareness. I don't know.
No wonder Jordan Peterson's so smart. It makes sense.
He's a cool guy. But he saved your TI. Son of...
Yeah, he's a consumer first.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he consume, play, blast, sleep? And he has like
consumes. Yeah, he sleep last.
Yeah, that's why he has health issues, right? Because how does sleep last?
True. He did have that situation.
A breakdown recently, and sleep last, overdoing things and not resting.
I should see what his situation is right now. Oh well, later.
Let's talk about you being energy dominant. So you expend your energy for the tribe, but then you know when to hit the brakes. Even though it's a demon, you know when to hit it. It's still in the top 3.
Definitely. I love my me time.
Yeah. Talk about
sorry. Interrupting. Bad habit.
No, go ahead.
All right. So yeah, definitely I like to, when I start my day, I'm just straight up expend energy mode. I have what I want to do. I'm going to do it until it's done. Great. All the priorities are not necessarily what I want to do, what I feel needs to get done. And until it's done, then I start focusing on myself. I believe my wife is sleep above play. She likes to like be lazy in the morning, and by the end of the day, she's productive. Me, I can't do that. All my productivity has to be in the morning. The reward in the evening is I get to be lazy and just go into my consume sleep world.
I feel like it's a little bit different. I don't think everyone experiences that because I think that's a you thing. But
yeah.
Davis
developed habits.
Because Davis sleep first, but he has a lot of energy at the end of the day, and so I'm sleep last, and all my energy comes like at night. So maybe you're like a morning person, and
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, because I'm a night owl, right? So I get all my energy like after like 9 p.m. That's when I'm energized. And then Dave, I watched videos too, and he said that he start thinking about working out at night because he said that's when he's like bursting with energy, right? You
Makes
know.
sense.
But as an energy dominant person, do you disrespect information? Then would you say in favor of conserving your energy or preserving your energy?
I feel that because my energy or my info is consumed, if I don't personally connect with the information or relate it to myself, I don't care.
Okay.
Like all these politics, all the things going around that I can't relate specifically to me, I just can't see myself caring to talk about those sort of things.
I also noticed with energy dominant people loves acronyms. You know, do you find like
Yeah,
you use a lot of acronyms?
I see that definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Did you want to elaborate?
It's not that I use acronyms. I'll throw acronyms in there, but I know I don't like to shortcut or misspell words. But if it's a well-known acronym that everybody uses, I'll definitely use it. Lots of lols.
Gotcha. You are an EP, so do you have like the don't control me bro syndrome? Like you hate being told what to do and being
What's
controlled?
What's interesting is so I have double feminine SIFE, right? So I feel like I don't know if this is because of my childhood, but I let people control me so they don't get angry, and I just flow and roll with it unless it completely prevents me from doing what I need to do. So either I'll brush them off nicely, but when it comes to don't control me, I think it's when it's people have a problem with my identity and they try to control me, because that's where the savior, the what's it called, that's where the demons hit hard. But when people control me, I don't usually freak out about it.
You said that if it hits your TI, let's talk about let's go back to TI again. I have a few questions about TI. First is,
Sure.
what are your truths? Let's start with that first, and then I'll have follow-up questions after.
Truths. I guess there's kind of truths. There's like religious truth, what you want to be
No,
truth.
what's yours? I don't want you to explain different truths. I want you to tell me yours.
Damn Effie. All right. So truths. You're hitting the demons. Okay. So first and foremost, I'm a Christian. I have my personal belief system of how the world works. I guess I overconsume on understanding how the world and universe works. I have to have an answer and know how these things work. And I do have an answer. And because it's NE, I guess I can constantly shift that understanding, but it has to be fixated on something. So for example, my identity was built around being an ISTP. But once I was told, you're not an ISTP, you're this subtype ENTP, I'm like, okay, shift my identity around that. Does that make, I know that was weird.
Was that? I'm confused, but
I,
I think
yeah,
you were talking about your TI, man. I think you were doing NF stuff again. Um,
Savior curses.
yeah, yeah. Okay, we can run this back. You can think about it while during the interview. But
Sure.
so they said that people with FI, they think that when you're doing like having lunch with someone or having dinner with someone or socializing with someone, that's personal. You don't
Mhm.
just socialize with everyone. You socialize with people that you care about or that people you like or respect.
Okay.
But I notice people with TIFE, they can
Mhm.
socialize with anyone. They'll, as a matter of fact, one of the things that is like I find really absolutely annoying, but it seems like FE people do this all the time, is they'll take you out for lunch first or dinner first before they decide
Mhm.
whether to proceed and do business or work with you. So what I'm finding then is that for the TIFE axis, the work side is personal and the interpersonal side is not personal. So you can hang out with anyone, chill with anyone, doesn't matter, who cares. But when it comes to work, you're not going to work with just about anyone. It's going to be like a long, like filtering process. But with the
That's
FI, with the, sorry, yeah,
no problem. Keep going.
No, I'm just saying with the FI, that part is the socializing part is the personal, and working part, you work with anyone who cares, you know. So talk about your experience with that.
At least in my experience, your description of Ti+Fe seems really accurate. I'll dance around anyone in the tribe. It's not so much that I can't work with anyone. It's just, I guess because the Ti is so strong, whatever needs to get done, I'll do it. And it's hard to hang around people in a situation where it's work centered, because I guess I'm so fixated that I can do everything on my own, that I'm straight to it. I just wish everybody was on the same page with, this is the objectives. Think of it efficiently for yourself. I can't blast them to do it efficiently. So I just take on the role of, I'm going to do it. I guess that's part of the play, then double identity, maybe.
Then you'll just do it yourself.
Yeah, because it's double deciding. It's like, I see what the tribe values. I'm going to get it done.
Got it. We haven't touched base on your SI much. So let's talk about your feminine SI. So what is your feminine SI like? Do you find that like things are personal for you, and are they like sentimental because it's feminine?
I have very little need for sentimentalism, however you say that word. I don't really physically, or should I say emotionally, project on physical things at all. I hope my wife doesn't watch me say that, because that'd probably be annoying. What's it called? So SI. I feel like I can fixate on a certain aesthetic because it's SI sensory, but I can't act on it because it's demon. I'd rather just do what's readily available. A lot of people tell me I underdress and I don't fix my wardrobe. I feel like it's just on the bottom of my priority list, and maybe someday I'll like fix it, but demon organized might take a while.
What kind of tidal waves have you had because of that fourth SI, the fourth function SI?
I want to say the hardest tidal waves probably come in academics, where I can't lock on concepts to guess. I need to get an exact detail. And like I said before, if I don't personally find the concept something I want to use or care about, I'm gonna have a hard time recalling. Especially it's feminine. It's like the weakest version of sensory recall.
Got it. All right, dude. I don't know if I missed any questions here. Oh yeah. So what kind of pain? So they said that double deciders have problems with fear. The fears come from the SI. So what kind of fear do you have that's coming from the SI?
Fear from my SI.
Like not when you see a police, do you freak out, or do you like?
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. I definitely have a fear of the tribe being against me, or me doing wrong in front of the tribe. I always want to be viewed as of a good ethic to the tribe. I think that's my greatest fear. To be a criminal would just set me into a massive state of stress.
Yeah, let me give you a more concrete example, so maybe we can elaborate more. So I travel a lot, and I go to a lot of airports, and I've been to a lot of
Okay.
One of my biggest fear is going through immigration, and the officer is gonna extort bribe from me, and if I don't give them a bribe, then I can't get through immigration, And I've replayed this kind of like in my head over and over again. And I have traveled in African countries where the officer did ask me for a bribe.
Okay.
And I didn't freak. When it did happen, I just told them no, and then they just said, "Oh, okay." But yeah, so but I freak out about that. I think about that. It scares me.
I would probably be so, what's it called? I wouldn't know that they're trying to bribe me, so I'd be like, "Oh, that's a requirement? Here you go." That's probably what I end up doing.
No,
I'd just be fooled. Huh?
You don't even know they're doing it. You just give them.
Yeah, I'd probably just be fooled. I'll be like, "Oh, I have the means. Here you go. Just let me do my thing."
You know what? You know
Not
what, man? Sometimes I feel like life is easier as an energy dominant. You know, like
yeah,
because the info dominant is like, okay, this is against the law. You know, but like the energy dominant is like, oh, okay, I don't want to be hassled. Just take your money or whatever. It's not worth it.
yeah.
You know.
I don't provoke the tribe, which is hence why I'm so chill with the tribe.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. All right, Jacob.
But
Yeah, you have something to say?
the final to add to that statement is when you don't provoke the tribe, you put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of, and that's not a good thing.
No. Yeah. No. For sure. For sure. Um. Well, what happens when you get taken advantage of? Like when you know you got taken advantage of, how do you
I
react?
probably just let it slide. I'm just going with the flow. Physical things don't matter. I'm SF last.
Okay. Okay. Um. So I have two last questions for you. We'll wrap up the interview. So the first one is, what advice can you give to ENTPs with that SI last so they can work in that SI last?
Just follow through with everything. Don't give up on projects halfway.
Okay.
Make it as complete as it could possibly be, because your NA picture is just a bunch of SI pieces.
Gotcha. And then do you have any questions to me about FITE access because they're different from yours?
Nah?
No. Okay. No. No. We're good then. We're good.
Cool.
All right, Jacob. Thanks for doing the interview.
Thanks. It was fun talking to you.
Bye, everyone.